Buddy, here is Lucas once again. Guys, I don't know how do you feel after playing games for 12 hours straight, or 10 hours straight, or 6 hours straight, or even 3 hours straight. Is it a waste of time, or it isn't? In the past, I played a lot of games. I played a lot of Red Dead Redemption, a lot of Minecraft, GTA 5, other games, FIFA, yeah, just this football game. Everybody knows it. I was just playing a lot on PlayStation, on computer a bit less, but mostly PlayStation 4. That was my time. That was a time when I was a gamer. And back then I didn't think that games are wasting of a time because I didn't feel so. I felt like because the games, I'm actually extending my knowledge. I'm gaining knowledge and I'm just broadening my horizons. And sometimes it was truth. Sometimes it was just true because game is very often games just have plots like Uncharted. It's a game about adventure of a guy who was poor, who was broke, and particularly is something very similar to Indiana Jones. So the movie from the 70s, from 80s, with oh fuck, I don't remember the name and the surname of the actor. One moment. I don't remember. But guys, if you remember who is playing Indiana Jones, please write it down in the comments. Doesn't matter. But the Uncharted was very something similar to Indiana Jones, and it was a beautiful game. It was just a beautiful game. Uh, it happened. It took place in a jungle, in mountains, in very beautiful places and areas in which you could actually felt the atmosphere and vibe of a game. Because the vibe of a game is the most important. It's the same thing in the real world, right? If the vibe is right, everything is alright. So the same thing was with the games. So the games with the plots are just valuable and were valuable for me. Has always been valuable for me. And that's what the truth is for me. So if somebody play games right now because he's got a lot of time and he can afford it, let's say, why not? He can play games. There is nothing bad about it, unless you neglect the things that are here in the real world. Yeah, because if you neglect these things, the neglection of these things of in the real world are actually very very bad and can lead to destruction, can lead to something which is just a big misunderstanding of the reality, because the reality is more important than games. That's for sure. We can treat games as a source of some, maybe even adrenaline, some dopamine, maybe some pleasure, some kind of relax for us, some time of leisure. So the way we spend the free time, so a leisure. So that's how we can treat games. Also, maybe a source of knowledge sometimes, right? It can be also the way to improve our imagination, because as far as I was playing games, I remember that my imagination was actually maybe not better than right now, but it was really good. And particularly, I can say that when you play games, your imagination is on a high level. Every gamer that I met had an imagination on a high level. And just because of it, that in games you've got a lot of pictures and you are a character and you have to just go over all of the cases in the games. You have to face all of the challenges, deal with the problems, solve some puzzles. You have to do a lot of things. There are a lot of tasks just to do. And and that's why the imagination is high, and especially the game is from 20s, when the games used to be harder in the past, because that's the truth. Games used to be harder. Nowadays we don't have a lot of very difficult games. For example, Elden Rings, that's a tough game. That's a tough game, bro. And if you want to play it, you have to really have an imagination at a high level, so as you can actually go through all the plots, right? So if you want to just figure it out something, you just have to use your imagination and like have a full picture, and then maybe some unpuzzle something. Yeah, I don't know, but you just have to. It demands imagination. It just demands it, right? So games are not bad. and especially Minecraft isn't. And why Minecraft isn't bad, especially Minecraft can teach us a lot, and that's what actually this video is about, because I want to talk about Minecraft a bit. I was playing Minecraft yesterday and the day before yesterday, and I was thinking, and wow, this game can really teach us something. And I'm not even talking about English, in which actually a lot of like people, a lot of children are learning English just from Minecraft, because you just have to know a lot of words, a lot of vocabulary which is needed, a lot of vocabulary which is demanded in Minecraft. So the ground structures, the like the wood, cobblestone, grass, high, whatever. Yeah, a lot of things. The names of animals, the names of some other things. I don't know, just on the crafting table, doesn't matter. But just except for the fact that Minecraft and games at all in general, they can teach us English, so the language. Minecraft can teach us a lot. We can be taught how to actually use the timing in our life and how the timing actually works, because there is something like a timing in this world, in the reality, okay? And some of the people just don't know that the luck is not the luck itself, it's just the skill of timing, if you can feel it or you don't feel it. So if somebody don't feel timing, he will never be lucky, because you gotta feel timing. You have to feel what time is right to do something, to have a luck, to be lucky. That's what the luck is. So the art of timing we can actually learn in Minecraft just by playing Minecraft. The time to build, the time to hunt, the time to mine, the time to sleep, the time to rest, the time to relax, the time to eat, so on, so on, so on. Yeah, because at night we can hunt. At night we can actually uh, gain experience. Yes, it's like exp. Yeah, so we can kill the monsters, zombies. But if you're not experienced enough, you have to actually stay at home, stay in your beds, and you gotta know it, because if you don't know it, you will be killed, and you can actually never find your your items. You will never find your items, and even if you had valuable items, you will never find it. You can never have an option, a possibility to find them all, because in the forest it's very difficult to find the items. I had the same thing when I was playing survival, and in the real life is the same fact. Is the same thing. It's fact that when somebody just don't feel the time, so he doesn't know the art of timing, he can do something which is maybe good, but not in a particular, in the right time. So even if something of your behaviors should be effective, should be efficient, but it's not the time. It's not the time for it. Is the same in Minecraft. Maybe you are mining well, but not at the good time. So the same thing is over here, right? So the art of timing is really important. And some other thing which is related to art of timing is the patience and humility, because a lot of us in just nowadays want to have good cars, good flat, good apartment, and decent life. And very often we want to just gain it effortlessly. So without any effort, without sacrifice. So with doing nothing. We don't want to do a lot, but we want to have it. Just because we deserve it. Because of what? No, you don't fucking deserve it. You have to actually gain it. You have to earn it. And in Minecraft is the same. First we live in a wooden house, or in some house from dirt, right? First, sorry, is house from dirt. And nobody would expect that in our chests there are diamonds or iron or gold or some other resources which are actually very valuable. And the same thing is in life. Sometimes it is better to stay at your cheap flat, in which you have a cheap rent, or even in a rented house or rented room or rented flat. It's better to stay there and just to collect the resources, to gain more, to earn more, to wait for a good momentum. it's also an art of timing. In reality, every one of us takes cars in leasing, cars on credits, houses on credits, flats on credits, and everything we have on credit. That's a credit life. Nowadays, we have just times of credits. Everybody have like mortgage or credits. Everybody has it. And for what? Sometimes there is no no use to do it. Just there is no need for a new iPhone. You've got an iPhone 11 or iPhone 12. Why did you have to buy an iPhone 17 so as you can take credit for it? You had to take credit for it. You've got iPhone 17. Bravo, congratulations for you that you took a credit, that somebody got you credit for 6 or 5K and you got a new iPhone. Wow, that's great. But look, for what? So as you can show some other people, the same thing is with the car or with other things. Yes, it just for show. You're crying for attention. You're drawing attention. You just want attention. It's not for yourself. It's for attention. And if it's for attention, it's not really good. I mean, it's not good because the pedestal of happiness is always when we do something for ourselves. So if you didn't buy it for yourself because you need it, because maybe it was even your dream, I don't know, but just for yourself, it's it's a shit. It's a bullshit, and you don't need it. You didn't need it. You haven't needed it, never. So that's the way it is. And in Minecraft, it's the same. You live in a wooden house or in dirt, in a house made of dirt, and in your chests there are a lot of precious things wait to be used, wait to be taken advantage of, and then you will build a villa, just like that. You wait for a momentum. So you have to be patient because sometimes it's very hard. Yeah, you live in a dirt house, you would like to have a better house, so you build a wooden house, and you know that you can actually you can actually build a better house, but you wait for a good moment so as you are sure that you can't lose it all, that you can't lose all of your items, for example, in a cave or somewhere else. So that's what happening, right? So guys, that's what actually I think that people can learn from Minecraft. That's what's actually probably we can also learn from other games: the patience, the humility, the art of timing. Very often we can learn it, the imagination. So that's why also I'm talking about it because I gotta say that a lot of things are not particularly bad. The same games. Sometimes playing games can be deeper and you can use something in your advantage. It's always up to you how do you use something, what dose of something is. I'm not talking about alcohol, which every quantity is bad. And if you say that the very low quantity of alcohol is good, you're in a huge mistake. But this video is not about it. But always the dose is also important. And how do you take advantage of it? How do you use it? So yeah, guys, that's from me today. Thank you for watching, or thank you for listening to me. Uh, Remember that we weren't created by God to be unhappy. We were made to be unhappy. So take advantage of the day and have a happy life. Bye.